Andrew Strauss scored a brilliant undefeated 100 as Middlesex fought back strongly on the third day of their LV County Championship match with Nottinghamshire at Uxbridge. Middlesex started their second innings at the beginning of the third morning, trailing on first innings by 231, and Notts would have gone into the day filled with confidence. They could have had an early wicket when Strauss and his partner Strauss Robson were involved in a mix-up in their running, but Robson was able to get back. Notts had their chances early on, and the young opener was also dropped as Notts attacked, employing the kind of umbrella field used by the Australians back in the 70s. But between these incidents, this pair were able to put on 55 for the first wicket, using up the first hour of the morning in the process and seeing off the new ball. The dismissal of Robson on 26 was a little fortunate in the end, as he gloved an attempted pull off Andy Carter. Nottinghamshire were now hoping that that breakthrough would make all the difference. It didn't. Chris Rogers now joined Strauss, and they were able to keep the momentum with their team as they batted through to lunch. By that time, Strauss had completed his second 50 of the match, although he got there with a rare streaky shot. His half-century had come off 91 balls with 6 fours. The England skipper was also a tad fortunate just after the lunch break. This time a regulation outside edge fell a fraction short of Chris Reed. Batting was certainly a lot easier than it had been on the first 2 days of this contest, and Rogers was looking in superb touch in the afternoon, completing his 50 off 82 deliveries. He'd struck 7 fours and looked to be in the kind of form to go on to take his side into the realms of safety in a game in which they'd been second best up until this point. But this day it was all about Strauss. He whacked Samit Patel over long on for a 6 to move into the 70s. And he wasted no time at all in moving through the 80s and 90s with an array of fine shots which took him from 62 to 100 in only 24 deliveries. He warmed up for next week's first test with South Africa in a perfect fashion by reaching his 3 figures midway through the afternoon with another easily lofted shot of Patel. He'd been at the crease for 157 balls, that being his 12th 4 to go with his earlier maximum. It was grand stuff indeed. Notts were boosted by the dismissal of Rogers for 59, but Joe Denley and Strauss then took their side into the lead, overhauling that deficit of 231 with only the 2 wickets down, and by the close they led by 8. That close again came at tea as the bad weather once more returned. Some may have fancied Nottinghamshire to have wrapped this game up with a day to spare, but Middlesex showed a lot of fight to live for another day and give themselves every chance of earning a draw which will keep them very much in the title race.